Hello again, my name is Brooke and I'm a part of the Agriculture Single Subject Teaching Credential Program, and considering being someone that wants to teach agriculture classes in the future, I'm lucky that those types of classes create flexibility with developing projects for students, other than just the type where you're going to learn a subject and then do a write-up on it. So I feel if I want to teach students to answer questions and do projects creatively, I'm going to do the same thing here and try this video format to see if it kind of is a creative way to answer these questions and have a little bit more of a discussion. So my first key point of the readings that I would like to address is the readings define adolescents as individuals ages between 10 and 13. And these individuals tend to view academic goals as secondary to their social and peer concerns. And because of this, it's extremely important to make sure that we're creating lessons that cater towards students' everyday life, not just the subject matter that not everybody might be entirely interested in. Again, because I'm hoping to teach agriculture, those classes have a little bit more flexibility with not just having to teach a set curriculum of facts and figures, and then students are going to get a test on it at the end. I think agriculture classes have a great way of us being able to incorporate stuff that's going on in students' everyday lives, because everybody eats and everybody wears clothing. So, relating some of these topics that the students will be learning to how it's impacting their everyday life and how it can impact them in a future career opportunity, I felt was a great way when I was a high school student to get me more involved in those classes, and that's a working and learning environment that I hope to foster among my future students. Secondly, something that I picked up was some of the techniques on teaching students with speech and intellectual disabilities. And one of the points that the text made was to help these students. Was a great way to do this would be to role play activities of appropriate language and social skills for the classroom environment. And I took this to mean creating opportunities for students to collaborate with peers that's going to kind of feel like it would in everyday life, not just a super structured teaching environment. And so again, within agriculture and the Future Farmers of America organization, there's a couple of contests that I thought would really be beneficial for these types of students to kind of excel in areas that they might have difficulties in. And those would be some of the public speaking contests that are provided through the organization. A couple examples of those would be an impromptu speaking contest, which in it students will get a topic. They have 2 minutes to come up with a speech completely from their brain on that topic, and then deliver a 30-second speech on that set topic. With this, I felt I could envision students grouping up in pairs or in a group of 2 or 3 to work on creating impromptu speeches on maybe a subject that they are interested in. It doesn't have to necessarily be a completely agriculture subject, but just kind of developing those skills of communicating, which are so essential to the workforce within the classroom in a low stakes environment with few people, so that they can kind of build the confidence in those speech skills, and they can hopefully excel in areas that they hadn't been able to before. And finally, focusing on the differential instruction aspect of one of these chapters. Within those 6 steps, the step that I picked up on the most was the when in doubt, teach up. So this really hit home with me because I feel like in a lot of instances, teachers that don't necessarily know how to deliver instruction in an innovative manner will just default to the lecture, take notes, take a test on this particular subject, because that's what students know how to retain information, and that's how teachers know how to teach information. But I've always had great respect for teachers that are like, I have this cool, innovative idea, this project that we're going to do. I've never done it before, so there might be a couple kinks in the system, but let's work on it together and hopefully create an innovative way to learn this new information. So I think when teachers have the faith in their students that they can excel in something that's a little bit out of the box, is a great way to build confidence in those students as well. So I really hope as a teacher myself, I'm going to be able to come up with innovative ideas on how to deliver information and create projects for my students that kind of get them out of their box and get them more interested in the content that we will be learning. Thanks. I hope this video thing works out, and I look forward to learning more. These chapters that we read were super interesting, so look forward to more reading.